Donald Trump was a businessman, the real estate mogul, the TV boss, the billionaire who turned his name into an empire. But long before TikTok trends and influencer marketing, Trump figured out something no one else had, that attention is the asset. He sure didn't invent the internet, but he definitely built a prototype for how to dominate it. This is the story of how one man hacked media addiction decades before we even had smartphones, and how that system still runs our world today. This isn't just about Trump. This is about how the media, the politics, and marketing merged into one unstoppable machine, and how outrage really has become the new form of engagement. Billions of dollars were mobilized. Entire industries, from news to social platforms, reshaped themselves around one thing: the economy of attention that he helped build. This story is that blueprint. By the way, we had to go real deep for this one. I mean, like old interviews, book launches, even beauty pageant promos. So if you want to learn how to get that kind of attention ethically, my husband, Steve J. Larson, and I are hosting a training on how to ethically hijack mass media channels. So they basically launch your offer for you. We'll even show you how we made our wedding go viral using the same psychological principles. If it can work for a wedding, it can work for your business. Links below. Now back to the original media magician. To understand how this all started, we need to go back to the 1980s. A decade powered by, I'm being so silly and it's so fun. A decade powered by hairspray, cocaine, and celebrity capitalism. America was obsessed with winning, and the louder the better. Greed was the aesthetic. And the heroes of that era were the yuppies. For millennials watching that don't know what that means, think young urban professionals. Yup. Basically the original influencers, but with like pagers before Instagram followers and shoulder pads and brick-sized cell phones. They flexed Rolexes. They couldn't post on Instagram, but they were like walking ads for ambition. They got these power suits and BMWs and a deep spiritual connection to the word networking. And right in the middle of that cultural fever dream walked Donald Trump. While everyone else was chasing money, he realized something bigger. You don't have to be the richest. You just have to look the richest. Real estate was the gold rush for anyone who could sell a skyline. So as he built the Trump Tower, he knew that he wasn't building a skyscraper. He was building symbolism. Think of like the marble, the gold, his name in 20-foot letters, all marketing collateral for the myth. Everything about him was a brand. The hair, the voice, the catchphrases, the oversized logos. He positioned himself as this personification of winning. He had books and casinos and golf courses, stakes even, a university. None of it needed to be great. It just needed to say Trump. He became the first living logo. The media gave him oxygen. He gave them a spectacle. It was this symbiotic addiction. Headlines for ratings, ratings for power. Regardless of the bankruptcies, the lawsuits, the headlines about his net worth, none of it slowed him down because Trump understood something most business people never do. The story moves markets faster than the spreadsheet ever will. He realized very early that credibility might earn you respect, but controversy earns you reach. A good deal gets you a blurb in the business section. A feud or a lawsuit or a bold headline, that is front page primetime marketing. That's how he built an empire that thrived on attention before the internet even existed. Then came The Apprentice. That's actually how I became an entrepreneur. I watched The Apprentice and I thought, I want to do that. It was the perfect storm. Like this reality show that turned business into theater. So for 14 seasons, America watched him play the billionaire boss, and millions forgot that it was a character. So by the time the credits rolled, Trump pulled off the ultimate brand pivot from developer to deity of deal making. His name was synonymous with wealth and attention. He had become the algorithm before there was one. But here's the catch. Once your brand depends on outrage, you can never go quiet. You need bigger stunts, bolder claims, more conflict. The empire wasn't running on cash flow. It needed coverage. And when the cameras slowed down, he'd find new ways to restart them so that every feud kind of becomes a funnel, every scandal becomes a launch. He didn't need to react to the media because the media was reacting to him. So when he started with politics, he didn't change the strategy. He just changed stages. The same tools that sold hotels and books now sold ideologies. Outrage becomes campaign fuel. Memes even became propaganda, and cable news became a never-ending marketing loop. Then came the lawsuits, indictments, bans, and trials. Each one of them just doubled down as a viral event. Every downfall was just another round of distribution. For most people, crisis kills credibility, but for Trump, crisis was credibility. So now what's interesting is he is simultaneously the most banned and the most mentioned person on the internet. His attention stock never dipped. He turned division into engagement metrics and showed every future influencer, brand, politician how to do the same. Some people will call that a glitch in the system, but it is not. He was the system before anyone realized what he'd built, and it worked. Billions watched, millions believed. People have careers, built entire movements, and the entire media ecosystem revolves around his gravity. Love him or hate him, you can't ignore him. And that's the point, because in the age of virality, indifference is death. Beyond being a politician or a businessman, Donald Trump was the prototype for attention as power. He turned controversy into currency, and the rest of the world copied the playbook. Like influencers, CEOs, startup founders, we are all playing his game now. He may have lost companies, titles, elections, but he never lost the feed. Hit subscribe for more pop culture marketing deep dives, because once you see the strategy behind the spectacle, you will never watch the news the same way again.